Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of Surrey Tennis Talks. I'm here with Justin, as always. Justin, are you well?
Morning, guys. Yeah, very well after a great week of watching the French Open. And what can you say? Rafa Nadal, 13, lucky 13.
Well, I think the elephant in the room is our predictions. You were half right, and I was completely and utterly wrong. I did not expect that level of performance from Rafa. That was incredible.
Yeah, it is. And you've got someone at the sort of supposedly meant to be at the sort of end of their career, legendary, sort of veteran of the sport, smashing the number one in the world, literally smashing him. I mean, who beats Novak 6-love in a set? You've got to be hitting a lot of balls at high quality to get a bagel against Novak Djokovic. It's just outrageous. And then at the other end of the scale on the ladies, you've got Swiatek. I teach a Polish boy who taught me how to pronounce her name properly.
Okay.
Swiatek.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah. just to get that clear. And then ripping up the draw and coming in as a qualifier. And yeah, so it's lovely. It just shows that the sort of length and breadth of the game and the depth of quality, that you can still have a career up and deep into your 30s and still be excited at winning a Grand Slam at 19. So it's lovely, isn't it?
It's incredible. So my question to you is, do you think Rafa Nadal playing his best is impossible to beat on clay?
Unless there's somebody out there that we haven't seen yet. But I think so. I think maybe you could beat him if you just focus on Rafa and then there's two players down the other end, covering a court, because he does it all. He can cover a court. He can cover a court better than anybody. His shot selection is incredible. His resistance to anyone hitting a shot at him is incredible. And he's just sheer passion and desire to win deep into your 30s. And how lovely. So the big question to Surrey this week is, who is the GOAT? Because for a long time we've been calling Roger Federer the GOAT, and now Rafa makes 20. So who is the true GOAT, and who's more likely to win 21, Rafa or Roger?
You have to say Rafa.
I've been asking this week is, so if we go by Grand Slams, of course, both got 20. If we go by surface, you can clearly say Roger's better on grass than Rafa, and Rafa's better on clay, clearly. But who's better on the other person's favourite surface? I suppose they're fairly level pegging on a hard court. Although I would think that Roger's won more on a hard court. But who's better on it? You've got to say Rafa's what, Wimbledon, how many times? Twice?
Yeah, twice. Yeah.
And Roger has sneaked a clay court title at Roland Garros once. So who's the best?
Yeah.
Who's the best?
Yeah. No, I agree. I completely agree. It's incredible time to I can't believe these greats are still out there. They're still doing it. It's awesome. And as you said, Swiatek, her performance was well above her age. I mean, 19 years old. She looked far more mature than that on court.
It just shows the value of junior tennis in that it prepares you for the rigors of tour matches, and it prepares your mind. And junior Grand Slams are useful because if you've played the junior Grand Slams, at least you've been in the environment, you've been around the top players, you've practiced on those courts. So it is, it's important to get those experiences in when you're a good junior, but come back further down the ladder. I suppose it all starts with a grade 5 match play, at Bishop's Park on a cold Sunday morning, and that's where you're first learning your trade, or at grade 3 Sutton during half term. That's where you're first sort of learning to put your whole toolkit of techniques and tactics and mentality and emotional control together. And you're hoping to explode with peakness at 19 in a ladies Roland Garros final, and they all look so surprised, but someone's got to win it.
Do you think at that age the pressure is actually less? Do you think at that age there's a lot more carefreeness with their game, or do you think the pressure is more being sort of underdeveloped?
I think you mean at a junior age. Well, you just make it so big. You make your under 11 final the biggest thing, because it is to you. It's the biggest thing ever. It's difficult to see into the future. It's difficult to imagine where you're going to be, because you might. We don't hear enough about the stories of Federer at 11, 12, 13, 14, Rafa at 13, 14. The nice thing is, and I'd say to anybody, go and do it. Go onto YouTube and put in Federer at 13. Rafa matches at under 14. They're really cool, and you just see a couple of kids out there running around, but you still see their games. Like they don't change an awful lot. But it's really, really quite a good thing to do. And then we did something once for a sort of experiment at the county centre. We had the best 9-year-old, 11-year-old, 13-year-old, 15-year-old, 17-year-old, and then a pro, all sort of hitting next to each other, and then on the same court, one after the other. And it was really cool. We had about 50 parents looking at, going, wow, it's like that sort of, monkey to human being.
Yeah.
Caveman, monkey sort of human being. You see that I think it's a Nike t-shirt where it says evolution, and you can see the growth, and it's having faith that you will be, not all 11-year-olds are going to stay 4 foot nothing. A lot of parents say, yeah, but he's so small. I say, hello, he's going to grow.
And if not, you just show him Diego Schwartzman. So,
yeah, you might need to get a little bit taller, but
maybe
it's having that vision and pathway laid out in front of you in your own mind, so that you don't panic and you do believe that it's possible.
Brilliant. Well, turning our attention to juniors then in Surrey, what have we got coming up in terms of events? Obviously, our counter training is well underway. Do you want to give us a quick update on that?
Yeah, we've got counter training continues this weekend. We start at the top end. Under 18 girls are over at Reeds with Candy and Anna. We've got our under 8s and under 9s at the bottom end. They're playing at Sutton in the Dome on the clay. How lovely is that for a young aspiring play? Just before Open, and then you turn up and you're on the clay on 4 courts, smashing it around with all the other top girls in Surrey. The under 12 boys, under 11 boys, and under 10 boys. It's a heavy weekend for those guys. David Lloyd Purley, Reeds, and the Surrey County Centre all being used. So a lot of indoor courts being used. So it might be worth just telling everybody that the current rules that came in, yesterday, don't affect junior tennis at all. Junior tennis and schools and such like have definitely been put to one side in terms of any restrictions. So nothing changes. We continue as normal, because I've had a few questions in a couple of emails. So yeah, looking forward to a good weekend. Just a big shout out this week. We like to follow our players that we met up with at the British events during the summer. Emily Appleton narrowly fell at the last 16 hurdle, $15,000 tournament in Portugal, the 15K ITF. And Jodie Burridge, fingers crossed for Jodie. She's in the quarterfinals of the 25,000 ITF in France today, along with Harriet Dart. Also spends a lot of time in Surrey, so we give her a little shout out as well, even though she's at Middlesex. That's fine. Yeah, and there's been a British tour this week in Taunton, so well done to all the Surrey players that went down there in the main draw. Sebastian Holden, Maximilian Relic, Danny Hack, Alessia Popescu, and Victoria Subev. Well done, you guys. You're getting out there, and it's nice to say your name and get your names out there.
Yeah, well, congratulations everyone, and obviously Arthur Ferry had a run at the French Open Juniors as well.
He did. I saw Arthur yesterday at the National Tennis Centre, and asked him how it was. I think he's still sort of thinking about it, still thinking about the match. He played a tough guy. I spoke to his coach, Craig Veal, who said that the game started. He said he played someone very tricky, very, very clever player. And I said, what, cleverer than you, Arthur? I mean, if you've seen Arthur play, he's the cleverest guy out there, but there's always someone a bit cleverer. So he lost to a guy called Stricker, who won the singles and the doubles. So it's amazing that he got to third round. So good for him.
Wow.
And he's looking forward to heading off to Stanford in January if he can.
If you can. Well, exciting. And obviously, as you said, we've got counter training underway. So was your feedback from the first week? Is everyone sort of a bit out of practice, or is everyone sort of just jumped straight back into the rhythm of it?
Everyone's buzzing. I did a couple of sessions last week, and all the players turned up, and they're just absolutely buzzing. I'm not sure if it's because they're happy to see their mates, or it could be that they're happy that no parents are staring through the window and, sort of like hurrying up the glass to, say, don't forget to move your feet. Don't forget to run for the ball. Don't forget. Okay, Dad. Okay, Mum, leave me alone. So I'm just joking. I'm probably going to say something every week on that because I think it's important. But it's just amazing how those chains and shackles have come off all the players since there aren't at least one pair of eyes glaring into them. So, but no, they're absolutely buzzing. So yeah, we're looking forward to another great weekend.
Brilliant.
Yeah, next week is the half term at Sutton, so I hope all the juniors are supporting our event there in Surrey, that grade 3. So yeah, Lewis.
Excellent. Fantastic. Yeah, well, brilliant. Well, look, this is a slightly shorter episode today. We do have another Ask Justin question, which we'll save to next week, which is about the infrastructure of tennis in Britain. So as always, get your questions in.
I'll need at least a week to prepare for that one.
Yeah. It's not a quick question, but it'll be really, really interesting to get your thoughts. So we'll address that in next week's episode.
I'd also like to just say that it was confirmed yesterday that I will be at the O2 end of year finals with Surrey's own Joe Salisbury. So what I'd like to put out there right now is that we will do an episode from the O2, and as long as I'm allowed to, I'm hoping I can be able to sit courtside with a decent Wi-Fi. We can do an episode from courtside. So
very special.
That would be exciting. If not, might just have to be in the locker room or somewhere. So
we'll take that. We'll take that.
Cool.
Well, very exciting. I think that is obviously going to be, very exciting indeed. So we'll look forward to that. So brilliant. Well, look, thank you for today, Justin. Good to catch up with you. Best of luck for everyone competing this weekend. And also, just finally, following on from Justin's comment about the COVID regulations in London, obviously that affects a lot of clubs competing in the National Junior League Team Trophy. To echo what Justin said, that doesn't have an impact on junior tennis. So I've also had quite a lot of queries about that. So rest assured, if your match was arranged, it can still go ahead. So yeah, and if you have any doubts, just contact me or contact the office and double check. But hopefully tennis will still be able to carry on this week, which is what we want. So brilliant. Well, thank you from me. It's a thank you from Justin, and we'll see you next week.
Have a great week.
Guys.
Bye.